So let's talk about love at first sight, but with a major catch. We're going to dive into Bruno Mars's I Just Might and treat it like what it is, a story about a high-stakes, all-or-nothing test that decides everything. Let's get right into it. And it all starts right here. You know that moment, right? When someone walks in and the whole world just stops? The narrator is totally captivated from the jump. This isn't just a passing glance. He is so intrigued. But that's just the opening scene. Because for all that initial fascination, there's a huge question mark hanging in the air. That amazing face might have opened the door, but it is not enough to seal the deal. Not even close. There's something else, something way more important at play here.
Okay, so let's break this down. That first impression, it is absolutely powerful. It all kicks off with a look. But as we're about to see, it's about so much more than what's on the surface. And see, this is where it gets deeper. He builds on that first feeling. It's not just her face anymore, it's her whole energy, a vibe he has never, ever seen before. This has moved past simple attraction. Now it's something real, and that just raises the stakes for what's about to happen next. And here's where the plot really thickens. Every great story needs a conflict, and this brings us to the one non-negotiable condition. There's a catch. All right? And trust me, it's a total game changer. So he starts thinking almost to himself, and he puts it all on the line. He's actually challenging the very thing that drew him in the first place, basically asking, what's the point of all this beauty if the one thing that truly, deeply matters is missing? And there it is. That's the punchline. The ultimate test is rhythm. It all comes down to one question. Can she dance? For our guy, this isn't just some little preference. It is the one defining quality he's searching for. So this is the central conflict of the whole song. You've got this head-to-head battle. On one side, you have appearance. That's the spark that started it all. But on the other, you have rhythm, the key to whether this thing actually survives. And in this story, only one can win. Now, this is not just about a fun night out at a club. No way. There are real, serious emotional consequences on the line, which makes this a matter of potential heartbreak. The stakes really could not be higher. And listen to how he says this. He's not talking about being disappointed. He's not saying, oh, that's a bummer. This is genuine, crushing heartbreak. The feeling is so intense that just the thought of her failing this test feels like a catastrophe. For him, a lack of rhythm isn't just a deal breaker. It's a sign that they are fundamentally incompatible. And he says it 3 times. That repetition is absolutely intentional. He's hammering this point home. This isn't just a quirky preference. For him, it's an emotional necessity. So, after all the internal debate, all the wondering, we finally reach the climax. The speculation is over. It's time for the dance floor challenge. It is time to prove it. The whole energy just shifts here. He's done contemplating. Now it's a pure demand. You can hear that urgent, insistent tone. Show me now. It's a direct command. This is the moment of truth. No more talking. And he's not vague about it either. He literally lays out the criteria for passing this test. It's a 4-step process, but look at those last 2. Put some spirit in it and put your heart into it. That tells you everything. He isn't just looking for moves. He's looking for passion, for energy, for a shared soul. So what's the real takeaway here? What does this whole high-stakes dance-off actually mean? Because obviously it's about way more than just a nightclub. When you get right down to it, the ability to dance is really just a metaphor. It stands for a much deeper kind of compatibility, a shared rhythm in life, a synchronized energy. For the narrator, that physical and spiritual harmony is the truest measure of a real connection. It's way more important than a pretty face. And that brings us right back to the song's title, just hanging in the balance. I just might. It's a conditional promise. He's ready to fall, he's ready to go all in, but only if she can pass this one test. The entire future of this romance hangs on her next move. And that kind of leaves us with the final thought, doesn't it? The song is about rhythm, but it taps into something universal. We all have our own non-negotiables, right? Our own secret compatibility tests that someone has to pass. So the question is, what's yours?